see, that is what is post-colonialism. I have said that post-colonialism, the historical period that state appears representing the aftermath of the Western colonialism. The term can also be used to describe the concurrent project to reclaim and rethink the history and the agency of the people subordinate under the various forms of imperialism. Okay, so that is, we are discussing that comparative literature in post-colonial identity. So post-colonialism, what is the post-colonialism? If I said that, I have said earlier, that is post-colonialism is a revolt of Eurocentric against Eurocentric hegemony or Eurocentric power, and that can also be told in another way, that the term can also be used to describe the concurrent project to reclaim, rethink the history and the agency of the people subordinate under various forms of imperialism. That is post-colonialism. Anti-colonialism. Anti-colonialism is a broad term used to describe the various resistant movements directed against the colonial and the imperial powers. That is anti-colonialism. The ideas associated with the anti-colonialism, namely justice, equality, self-determination, comminglet with other ideologies such as nationalism and anti-racism. So these are the part of anti-colonialism. So post-colonialism, after colonialism, what we have seen. Okay, so this hegemonic power of the literature we have seen. In Caribbean, we have seen 26 Caribbean countries are there. We have seen countries in Asia, countries in Africa and America. They are the part of European colony. But apart from that, these 26 Caribbean countries are also the part of post-colonial literature or the post-colonial countries. Some other territories, they are also dominated by the British, France. That means Puerto Rico, Commonwealth, United States, it is dominated by Sabah, special municipality, Netherlands. Okay, in such a way, okay, United States, Virgin Islands, territory of United States. So Netherlands, Colombia, still this part were dominated by America, France, England. So these Caribbean countries. Okay. Another part is Shikana literature. Shikana, someone, Shikana or Shikano. Someone who is the native or descended from Mexico who lives in the United States. Okay, that means Chicano people or Chicano states. So we see that this is Canada. If we consider this the world map, Canada, America, Mexico and Cuba. Okay, so Mexican people, they went to America. They had their different language, Spanish language. Okay, so the Chicana people, they are from Mexico, but they are living in America. They are called Chicana people. Chicana people have different language and the different literature. The Chicana literature is the literature that is the Mexican people living in America, and they have their literature, and the literature produced in Chicano language is called Chicana literature. Who is that person? Chicana literature tends to focus on the themes of identity, discrimination and culture with an emphasis on validating Mexican-American culture. Mexican-American culture. Chicana culture in the United States. That means Chicana culture in the United States, that means they are from Mexico, but there are lots of number. So whenever there will be the lots of number, their cultural identification and the literary identification can be called the Chicana literature. It is also associated with the social and the cultural claims of the Chicana movements. The Chicana movements in 1960, a radicalized Mexican-American movement, began pushing for a new identification. So that is the map of Mexico, and America, okay. The Shikana literature, one of the writer from the Shikana literature, that is a George Lemming. He is from Barbados, a novelist. Apart from, we have got Rodolfo Gonzalez. Okay, we will finish within 3 minutes. So, George Lemming and Rodolfo Gonzalez, Mexican American boxer, poet and political activist. Okay, he also claimed that our writer and our literature will have the identity in America. We are living in America, we are the citizen of America, but we have our language background. What is the language background? We are from Mexico and we have our own language and literature, and that was claimed by Rodolfo Gonzalez and George Lemming. Okay, and they have also their civilization, that is the Aztec civilization. Okay, they had the Maya civilization. Maya civilization will be the central of America, Mesoamerica, that would be the Central America. Okay, Jacqueline Juha Tenezo, American poet. Okay, so these are the things in post-colonial literature. Peter Agiams also claimed the some, and another society will be there, that is the Hakluk society. Hakluk society, this man Richard Hakluk, তার কাজে ছিল, Richard Hakluk was an English writer. He was known for promoting English colonization of North America through his works, notably diverse voyages touching the discovery of America and the principles, navigations and voyages. This Hakluk, he would especially would publish book on navigation, and after starting this Hakluk tradition, many European people would go in different portion and they spread their colonies. And Wilson Harris, Caribbean writer, okay, so, and Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the Colombian writer. Okay, so whenever Octavio Paz, the Mexican poet, okay, so all Cesar Savage, American civil rights activists. Okay, so whenever you will be calling the post-colonial literature, you have to tell the literature of America, literature of Africa, literature of South Africa, literature of Caribbean, literature of Chicano. So Chicano literature and the Chicano culture, they will be living in America, but they will have their own identity, they will have their own identification. So that was explained by these several writers. So whenever you will be writing Chicano literature, you have to